how do you maintain connections in a world that is so distracting, right? Like meaningful connections. And that's where I think, because we all have so many connections, but there's only a certain amount of meaningful ones we can have. So A, how do you determine which ones are the meaningful connections you want to? And then B, how do you maintain them?
It's a book I'm writing right now that I've been writing for 4 years that someday I'll get to actually publish. But I'm writing it because I've been interested in it. Right. And I'm interested in it because a terrible thing happened, and, good news, bad news, who's to say. Now it looks like it wasn't a terrible thing. It put my life on a different trajectory, but I got divorced. Right. And I was just shocked. You get divorced, and I hope people that haven't been divorced are listening, but if you have, you'll understand this completely. It's not just the sense of failure. It's not just the terror that your kids are going to be punished for what you didn't do. It's not just your self-esteem. It's that your entire social network now becomes polarized. At the extreme, you have to pick me or you have to pick her, right? But everything gets polarized, who you hang out with, what events you go to, and things like that. And so I started looking at Dunbar's number, which is that classic survey that was done 60 years ago, 70 years ago, about how many people you can connect with. And he had this theorem. He was an anthropologist and he was a psychoanalyst, which is a very rare double PhD. And so he looked at the size of the neocortex, the size of the brain, and he realized that humans had a very interesting capability. And one of the pieces of the capability was that they could imagine and create fiction, which meant they can create connection outside of physical bounds. Every other animal, if you're in a pack together, the other animal. But
Right.
the pack breaks up, they're not thinking about the other animal, right? But we can actually do that. And so his theorem, which was tested over and over and over again, and I think it's linear, it could be geometric, but the linear theory is that you're emotionally connected to about 150 people at any given time. And that's the size, that's the optimum size of a tribe. So early on, people like Microsoft, they would never build a division under 150 people, right? Because if you couldn't connect with these people, then it really became difficult to figure out how they would innovate faster.